Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today's reading is a message for you. So I have all the readings set out here. So if you can just drop into your heart center, clear your mind and pick whichever pile that you are drawn to. So this is group 1, group 2 and group 3. Pause the video if necessary, and as always, let your intuition guide you. Hi and welcome to all those that chose group number 1 for A Message for You reading. So initially opening the reading, we have the Ace of Cups here. So the cups speak of our emotions and the ones that we love, and with it being an ace, this speaks of a new beginning. So you could be potentially starting out on a new path romantically, so you may have closed the door on a relationship and are now reaching out and looking for something new and a new approach as well in how we feel. Or it could be just that you, in general, within your relationships and approach to your life path, feel differently about things at this time. And with it being alongside the Six of Cups here, the Six of Cups speaks about the past, nostalgia, really maybe wanting things to have been a certain way, but things have changed and things haven't worked out quite as you had hoped or planned. So taking the lessons from the past, which then give us information of how to go forward into the future. But with them both being cups, this is focused around how we feel about things, how we approach things from an emotional point of view. So it feels like some kind of lesson has been learnt, some new information has been gained, which has changed how you interact really with people and the close relationships that you have. Leading then into the present, so we have the Ten of Wands, which really speaks about can be feeling tired, feeling really quite done with the situation, getting to the end of a road, so you've been working hard at something, towards something, and you're very, very close to the end of closing this chapter, reaching this goal that you've been working towards. But with that becomes some, like I say, tiredness, some feelings of exhaustion, even of just really being kind of done with the situation, but having to really just push on for that last chapter, that to get to your goal, to get to the end there. So this card is encouraging you to keep going, and also to really comfort you to say that you nearly are there. With the Emperor being alongside this card, I feel like this is your energy of finding a new strength, some clarity, not really putting up with people's rubbish or nonsense as much as maybe you did in the past. So from these past lessons in this new approach and this Ten of Wands here, it brings you to this place of strength and clarity, a new toughness really within you as well. Just being a lot more direct, assertive, and like I say, just not really putting up with people's rubbish as much as you may have done in the past. After everything you've been through, it really has changed you and brought out this other side to you, and solidified really that strength of character that was always there, but is now more present and more visible to other people. You're not someone to be messed with. This energy of the Emperor card here. And then moving on to, so we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is a big turn and change of events and things going in your favour. So this whole reading, it's like a gradual build, so from lessons from the past to finding this new energy within yourself, and nearing that, closing that chapter, then propels you forward and turns that wheel. So maybe things may become just a little bit less difficult as well with that turn of the wheel. It's like the luck goes in your favour, a turn of events goes in your favour. Something external comes towards you to move things forward, to help you really. So we've got the Three of Pentacles here as well, which is about receiving help, about collaboration, people around you being close to you, reaching out to you to offer you. This may be career based, this may be new relationships, but people will reach out to you, and I would encourage you to accept their help as well, because we can often get so used to being independent and just relying on ourselves if we have been let down from people in the past. But this would suggest to let those new people in, that you get good energy from. Trust your instincts with that always, but don't close yourself off to letting people offer you things, accept invitations, accept help. So I'm just going to clarify the cards as well with my Rider-Waite deck here to get a little bit more information and look to a deeper level. Seven of Cups, so more cups to clarify this section of the reading, to clarify the cups. Seven of Cups speaks of having options, having choices. So this could be maybe that you, what I'm getting from this card, maybe you felt like an option and not someone's number one, someone's priority, and therefore that really made you question everything and perhaps move on and start something new from that. Or it could be that you realised that you had choices, that you had options, and the way that you were operating or in your current relationships and what you were receiving wasn't enough, which then instigated you to push on and ask for more. So the progression from the Six of Cups, the past, the nostalgia, to moving on to the Seven of Cups, which is really, like I say, can be about, in a positive way, having options and choices and realising that something or someone is not your only option. So the Hierophant, a major arcana clarifying the Ten of Wands here and the Emperor card. The Hierophant speaks of doing things by the rule book, being traditional, wanting something traditional as well. So it could be that you wanted marriage, someone didn't, or that you wanted more structure and that you were following, just saw things a different way, I think, as well. And this, I feel that this energy is echoing this Emperor, about really putting your cards on the table more, saying that this is how I would like things to be, and things to be more structured. And I think the Ten of Wands here, so that effort, that energy, whatever you've been focusing that, putting that energy into, the goal was for something with this energy, so something traditional, something solid. No wishy-washy, if some wishy-washy energy, or that's what kind of energy and messages that you were getting from those around you. you knew that you wanted more, and you wanted something more structured and something more solid. I'm just going to pull one more there. Yeah, so the Knight of Wands, this could be the energy around you. So the Knight of Wands can be quite immature. It's a fire, represents that element of fire of the Knight of Wands, but this person, they may be younger than you, or they may just be younger in their attitude to life or where they're at. There's some kind of immaturity, and they tend to rush in, act without thinking, not think things through, almost the opposite of this Hierophant energy here. So the Hierophant, like I say, follows the rule, but the Knight of Wands rushes in without thinking and just acts, and doesn't really, can be quite, in its worst state, can be quite careless, unreliable, unfaithful. I'm not saying that's something new, if you will already know about that, if that's been something about, if this reading is resonating for you about a one-to-one relationship. But it could just be more general than that, that cutting people out of your life who lack that maturity, that don't match the energy that you've arrived at, that you've come to at this place in your life. So it's almost just clearing out that energy of people messing you around, really, of people not matching that kind of that assertiveness, that knowing who they are, which I really feel that now you're at a place where you know who you are. Let's have a look at this Wheel of Fortune. The Tower. So the Tower speaks of old ways breaking down. It can be dramatic, it can be a huge change in your life. And sometimes when the Tower appears, it can be a massive change of direction, a marriage breaking down, and a complete, change of direction in your career. But it doesn't always have to be something that big. It can be smaller than that. But it does speak of change, of renewal. So echoing again this Wheel of Fortune, so 2 major arcana here. So I do feel there will be a significant shift, a significant change. So the ending of a relationship, the starting of a new one, a new direction in your career, a promotion, a new direction, moving, even whatever that resonates with you, of the direction that you want to go in. But with it being this card clarifying the Wheel of Fortune, it will ultimately, it is in your best interest and will turn out better for you. So it can be challenging. Change and growth often is, but just be mindful of when this is happening, that it's a shift of energy, a clearing out of the old and bringing in new, fresh, exciting energy. So hold on, stay centered, stay calm when things can feel shaky and disrupted. And I'm just going to have a look at this 3 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. So I feel like this is an external energy coming in. The Queen of Wands is someone who's going to match you. So this is someone who can join you on your path and can bring something to you. So the people that couldn't no longer offer you anything in your life or enrich your life, that's fell away, and that opens the way for this energy. So people more, the Queen of Wands is passionate, is fiery, is assertive, she's direct, she knows what she wants, she asks for what she wants, which is much more in keeping with where you're going with your energy. And I feel like that someone in particular, or a few people, will be coming in with this similar energy. You may already be in your life, but their relationship will deepen with them, so be open to that, because there's a really positive, good energy coming from them. So follow that, embrace that. So finally, I'm just going to be pulling a message, a final message for you from the angels. Just to close your reading, one final message for group 1, please. Angel Akasha, you are a spiritual teacher. You have the ability to counsel others and help them awaken their spiritual gifts and divine life mission. So I feel that this is really just speaking more again about the growth of you, and that you've done the right thing by moving through these stages, that you've followed your heart, that you've took risks, and you've cleared out that negative energy for people that aren't, like I say, no longer enriching your life, and that you're in a position now you can help others and you can counsel others through these steps that you've taken, and this position now of this kind of no nonsense. You're able to speak your truth, and you're an example now to other people as well to speak their truth. And so with this Queen of Wands, again, to let people like that into your life, and to be that person as well to others, that person of strength, that person with the knowledge. Something has awakened in you, which now you're able to help and pass on to others maybe who aren't quite at the point that you have reached. So really positive reading overall. I hope it resonated for you, and thank you for being here. Hello and welcome to all those that chose group number 2 for a message for you video. So starting off with your reading, we have the Wheel of Fortune here, which overall is a really positive card to open your read. It speaks of a really significant change that has already taken place or is imminent, that it will take place. But it speaks, this card, of things going in your favour. So after maybe lots of effort and work that you've put in, that a lot of it's come off the back of your hard work, your energy, things turn suddenly and there is a stroke of luck, or there's a breakthrough that you have as well. This is right next to the Four of Cups, which the Four of Cups is a very different energy to the Wheel of Fortune. It speaks of being emotionally closed off. It speaks of feelings of rejection, isolation. So it may be that something or someone was not fulfilling you, and that you've broken away finally from this kind of energy. Or perhaps this breakthrough and turn of events has had a knock-on effect and made someone close to you feel rejected. Maybe things have moved forward quickly for you, something really fantastic has happened, and this is causing some feelings of someone feels pushed out. So that could be one route. Another one could be that you weren't being fulfilled, or a job, a relationship, something like that was not fulfilling you. You weren't getting enough, you were feeling isolated, you were feeling rejected yourself. And this really was the catalyst to bring on this turn of events from this Wheel of Fortune. I will clarify the cards as we go on, because then we move on to the Death card here, which again is about more change, so more really significant, powerful change, transformation, which really echoes back to this Wheel of Fortune card here. But with the Death card, often there is can be quite painful endings, some kind of loss, which with all change, with all growth comes that. It's about gaining a new perspective, and just can be going in a new way, a completely new direction, but things fall in a way. The old falls away so that the new can come in. And just seeing how that connects there to that. There's a very similar energy between these two, and interestingly, this is also the death card is next to another 4, so this time the four of coins. So the 4 of coins is almost the antithesis of change. It's about feeling stuck. It's about holding on very tightly to what you have and not taking any risks. So financially, you know, feeling like I have this amount, this is very precious, this is secure, but to the point of that it can have anxieties and come from a place of fear, of being overly cautious, not being able to grow, not being able to move, but like I say, this stuck energy. So I'm feeling almost like this is your energy, and this could be someone or something that is surrounding you, that someone who doesn't want this change, doesn't want this transformation, and you're wanting to break away and make these moves. Maybe you already are, but you're certainly going in that direction, and something or someone is potentially blocking you. Or it could be the split sides within ourselves. So there's one part of you that it feels like is completely committed to this change and this breakthrough in this direction, and then there's this other part within ourselves that is scared, that is cautious, that is doesn't want change. So whatever resonates from that with you, this could be represent a part within yourself, or it could be something or someone external that is resisting and blocking these changes. That this change feels inevitable, because we move on to the world here, which is about the ending of a cycle, a completion of a cycle. So the change will happen basically with this card here. Going towards more the end of the reading, the cycle will close, you will go full circle, and the change and the transformation will be complete. The 7 of Cups here, so this card often speaks of options, of choices. So you may be fully come to the realization and end up in a place where you have, through this transformation and growth, you have more choices, you have more options as well. So I feel like possibilities, surprising possibilities, invitations, opportunities will appear to you as well from unexpected places. So prepare yourself for that as well, and continue to think about what's best for you, and you don't have to rush into these opportunities. Take your time, but be open to them as well. Don't dismiss them. But it looks like there's going to be quite a lot of information and opportunities popping up, and changes from these. As soon as this energy of transformation and the turn of the wheel going in your favor, it's like an energy that is going to continue for some time. So I'm just going to clarify these cards with the Rider-Waite deck here. Two of Wands here, so this speaks of choices, looking out onto the horizon, looking into the future, but ultimately having to make a choice of which way that you want to go. The Wands represents creativity, inspiration, ideas. So making a significant, a decisive choice of choosing to go for something, which I think echoes this Wheel of Fortune here. Just going to have a look at this Four of Cups. So we've got the World here appearing twice in your reading. So I feel like this is at a point where the cycle is not complete quite yet, where we're still in the middle of it. I feel that you're surrounded by people with different opinions about what you should and shouldn't do. Ultimately, we have to go within and do what's right for us and trust our intuition and instincts. But there is some conflicting opinions that I think that are around you about what decision to go in. And again, this could be someone who is scared of change, scared of feeling left out, scared that they're no longer enough for you. But this change, like I say, it does feel inevitable. The Death card is clarified by the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords speaks of our anxieties, worries, mentally torturing ourselves. Actually this, if this woman, she is blindfolded in the card, if she can take off her blindfold, she can see that she can actually step away from these worries, that a lot of it is in her mind, and the fears aren't real. But of course that's easier said than done a lot of the time. So with this Death card, like I say, it is about transformation, and ultimately very positive, but that journey along the way, because it's often the falling away of things that no longer serve us, will no doubt bring anxieties, worries, fears of what the future will bring, and what losing things or people in our lives, that's always going to be a challenge. So the Four of Pentacles is clarified by the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is about trying to stay balanced amidst the chaos. So this could be the chaos that can sometimes come with change and transformation. Having to wear a lot of hats, being busy juggling people or situations. So again, I feel like that even though with this Four of Pentacles there is a resistance to risk taking, the Two of Pentacles energy is someone who is managing the up and down of the risk taking. So again, to try and have faith and trust in that, and to go with the flow as much as you can. You have the capability to keep things together even when it feels like that there is a lot happening. So the World card is clarified, the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is the ideal, is the dream come true, is the dream come true manifested into real and tangible things in our life. So that's really where this energy is taking you. So the Ten of Pentacles is about financial success, personal success in our relationships, in our home life. It's having it all. The Ten of Pentacles speaks of having it all. So bringing that what we want inside into the outside, into the real, into the tangible. And that's where this sweeping energy of changes, of some destruction even, but it's all taking you to this completion here, which is going to bring you ultimately closer to this Ten of Pentacles. The resistance that I say cropping up in these cards could be from within you, or it could be external. So just ask yourself that question. The Seven of Cups clarified by the Fool. So the Fool, so this is about the choices that you're going to be offered. The Fool, again, encouraging you to take risks, to take chances. The Fool is about heading out with a knapsack on his back, his dog, and going out into the world and taking risks and looking at those opportunities and seeing what can be gained. So the opposite of this kind of fearful energy that is mixed in amongst these really these major arcana, these massive cards that are in your spread about change, about transformation, and ending here with the Fool card as well, again encouraging you, pushing you in that direction to keep following that energy, the changes. Don't resist them. Don't let people stop you. You know, if you are getting lots of naysayers, people telling you to not go for it, being quite negative, protect yourself from that energy. Be mindful, obviously, about the decisions that you make. But like I say, there's this really sweeping, big energy that's come through this reading about change that feels inevitable and is going to take you to a good place if you can surrender to it and trust in it. Finally, just to close your reading, I'm going to pull a card from messages from the angels, just for one final message for group 2. Angel Caressa, you are at the end of a cycle in your life. Again, the World card. Call upon your angels to comfort you and to guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you now. So really a final confirmation that a cycle has started. Whatever point that you're in it, it's inevitable that it will start. You may be in the middle of it, the eye of the storm, but it will be closing out. More peaceful time will come after that, but for now there's a lot going on and you need to ride the wave, because where you're going is something positive. Draw upon your angels, spirit guides to comfort you, and your inner voice always for that guidance of direction. But don't let those negative external voices, internally or externally, stop this energy and cycle continuing, because it's taking you to a really positive place. Thank you for being here. Hello and welcome to all those that chose group number 3 for a message for you reading. So opening your reading, we start out with a lot of powerful cards, major arcanas. Firstly, we have the World card. So this speaks about the completion of a cycle. So if that hasn't already happened, that's imminent. But you've been on a journey, on a path, on a road, and something is closing out. So wherever that resonates with you now. And then this then leads the way to open the path for new beginnings. But something of significance is coming to an end or is completing. This is next to the Strength card. So this is encouraging you, I think, to have the strength to really get to the end of this cycle and close it, finish something, end something if necessary. Or just energy wise, it feels like it's taken a lot from you. So that last push. And it's also just acknowledging and recognizing the strength that it's taken, the inner strength in you to get to where you are now. So it could be a job related, a relationship, a wide variety of things, but it's taken an enormous amount of inner strength. And I feel like that you've reached a point of some status or stability, just at a certain level of a goal and ambition of where you are heading, and you have reached it. You have got to that point, or you will be soon. Then leads into the Tower card. The Tower card speaks of things falling away that we no longer need. So negative energies, people, places, things that no longer serve us. But this can be quite an intense time. It can bring anxiety, it can be fear inducing, because a lot of what we know, even if it's negative, we become comfortable with the familiar. But that is falling away, and you are having to really stay focused on what you can control. It's all you can do during this time. If people are making decisions around you that are really rocking the foundations of what you know and how things have been, things are leaving, things are falling away. So it can be again, relationships ending, jobs ending, changing, people leaving who we have relied on, all that kind of things of changes and movement. Ultimately, with the Tower card, when it appears, it's for our best interests of what is no longer serving us, what is no longer good for us, which has grown, those things that have grown stagnant, that energy that has grown still and stagnant falls away. This is coupled with the Two of Pentacles, so that's about the energy of having to juggle things. There's a lot going on internally or externally, so these changes, feeling quite overwhelmed, but having to keep a lot of balls in the air, literally wear a lot of hats, ride the wave. You've got the ability, you've definitely got the capacity, but it can be quite a trying and challenging time with these two cards together. But it's just saying focus on what you can control, and you do have the ability to, when you pulled in many different directions, to manage it. It's going to take a lot of energy, but you've got the capability, you've got the skills. We then move on to, we've got the Ten of Swords, which is really reaching a point in ourselves where we've really had enough. If something or someone has been hurting us, has been expressing toxic behaviours, and we've really kind of had enough of that. We've been hurt enough. We've reached that point where we've had enough. And it's time for, again, echoing back to this Tower card, for that to fall away. People, once they've done so many things to us, or even it can be in a place of work where we've been let down too many times, that you reach a breaking point, and it's something is over for you inside. Something's ended. And then this can move us forward ultimately onto change, onto making those positive changes that we need to. But again, it can be quite challenging. Moving then on to, this is next to the Death card, which is furthermore speaks of transformation. So you've got 4 major arcanas here. So significant changes, endings, new beginnings. The Death card is about transformation, and again, the old falling away to make space for the new. I'm going to clarify these cards with the Rider-Waite deck, just to look a bit deeper into them. So looking firstly at this World card. Strength card appeared twice in your reading here, so I think it's just reiterating the strength that it's taken in you to reach this point, of change, and to get to the end of this cycle. So maybe something, a task in a job that needed to be done, that's taken a lot of you, or searching for a new job, or closing things out in order to be able to leave a relationship. But you have in this Strength card, you've overcome the beast. You have the strength and you have control of the beast. So if you doubt that, remember that you have overcome them. Got the Eight of Swords here, which speaks of anxieties, worries, fears. So with all changes and with all closing out of cycles, of course, there's naturally going to be worries, fear, anxiety. This, with the Eight of Swords, alongside it often speaks of that a lot of these are unfounded, these fears and anxieties. And if you take off your blindfold, this woman here is blindfolded. She can actually see that she can just step away from this line of swords. So from this negative place that she thinks or finds herself in, those worries are unfounded. Moving on to this Tower card. So we've got the Knight of Wands here, which this is a lighter energy because this is all quite intense and quite a heavy energy. The Knight of Wands speaks of inspiration, creativity, ideas, going for it, not having so many worries, taking risks, going forward, not overthinking things, but just instead just going for it. Sometimes there's just a time for action that is needed to make things happen. So with this Tower card of things breaking down, I feel like it's reassuring you that it's okay to keep pushing outwards, to keep taking risks, and those negative things will fall away. But this thing that you can stay in control, what you can focus on and what you can control, is continue to keep going for those things that you want, keep taking those risks. And this card is very action orientated, it's a very doey card, so just keep pushing forward with that. It's not a time for stillness or inactivity. It's now a time to push forward, to push on, press on. Two of Pentacles, clarified by the World. So the World appearing twice in your card as well. So I think this is just about saying that this life cycle, this big close out of a cycle that you're going through, is what's behind this juggling of things, this busyness, this having to ride a wave. It's because you're in a really important, going through something very significant. So it's in the details as well, I get from this card. So it's a big change that's happening behind the scenes, but on a kind of day-to-day basis, it's about keeping on top of the smaller things, the little jobs that crop up, that pop up, you know, crossing the T's, dotting the I's. It's that kind of energy in order to complete this cycle. Focus on the details as well, like be careful not to miss anything, or you know, read any documents, be careful to read them thoroughly, pay attention to the details. That's part of the bigger story. Just gonna have a look at this Ten of Wands here as well. Four of Pentacles. So I feel like that this is a person who's caused you pain, who's caused you negativity. This is feels like someone else's energy, an external energy. This person is trying to block you, or has tried to block you. They are someone who has insecurities, who doesn't trust. They tend to hold on to and grasp too tightly onto what they have, in fears of losing it and they're not able to really take a risk in order to grow, or it's a very contracted energy. It's the opposite of this expansive world, you know, Tower card energy. It's the opposite of that. They want to stay still. They want you to stay still. They don't want this change to happen. And I feel like this person, or it could be someone at work, it could be a relationship in your family, a loved one, but through their own insecurities, through their own fears, they've caused you some pain, which now seems to be ending. There's definitely a new energy coming in, so there could be a few problems from this person because they won't like this change, this shift that you're going through. Yeah, Death card transformation clarified by the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords, clear intentions, no nonsense, head over heart. So that's the energy. In order to get this job done, to move through this cycle, to deal with the challenges that are being thrown at you, you're going to have to bring this Queen of Swords energy in order to complete this transformation. So being very clear in your communication about what you want, about what you need. She can appear quite cold and heartless, she can often be described as, but really it's just because often that she is looking after herself. She doesn't pander to people's needs, wants, worries in the negative sense of the word. She's not uncaring, she's just very clear about what she wants and doesn't muddy the waters by being over emotional. Sometimes, we do have to maybe cut out or cut off negative things or people in our lives in order to move forward. If you've given them opportunities to make the right decision, to fulfill your needs, to do the right thing, and they still have not done that, then you don't owe them anything. If they continue to cause you pain and hurt. So move forward with this Queen of Swords energy in order to complete this transformation. I'm going to close out this reading with a message from the angels for you. One final message for group 3, please. One final message for group 3. We've got the angel Bridget. Caution is warranted. Look deeper into this situation before proceeding further. So I feel like this card is speaking of questions that will flag up about the resistance that you may meet along the way. So from this Four of Pentacles energy here, this Ten of Swords, this pain that has been caused. So if they try and maybe sway you from this path to give you some information that will make you question these changes that you are making, to look deeper into this situation. But like I say, these major arcana cards that have appeared feel like it is moving you through a very significant change. It could be challenging at the moment and in the near future, but this transformation seems very important and essential. So thank you for being here. I hope this reading resonated for you. Thank you.